Hello everyone, welcome to Think Constructive. So in this session, we will be covering the part 2 of natural language processing, specifically designed for CBSE Class 10th students. Subject is Artificial Intelligence, subject code 417, and chapter name is Natural Language Processing. So in this session, we will be covering the second part of natural language processing. All right. So I'll just tell you what all will be covered in this session. So here is the list of topic which will be covered in this session. I will be talking about chatbot, followed by human language and computer language. In chatbot, I will be discussing what is chatbot, functionality with examples and types of chatbots. All right. So let us start with the chatbot discussion. What is chatbot? As you can see, chatbot is a computer program that is designed to simulate human conversation through voice commands or text chats or both. So here, point to be noted, simulate human conversation. That means a program which is talking or giving responses and trying to simulate human conversation. Right? Whenever two people talk to each other, it's called human conversation, right? Two humans talking to each other. But now here in this scenario, the program which is talking like human or conversing with a human is called a chatbot because it is chatting. A bot which is chatting to a human is called chatbot. And what is it doing? It is doing it via either voice commands or text chats or both, right? So it is a simulation of human conversation. This is very, very important here. So chatbot is also known as artificial conversation entity, or in short we call it ACE, right? Because the entity which is conversing, it is an artificial entity, right? It's not real human. If real humans are conversing with each other, then we don't call them chatbot, right? So it is an artificial entity which is conversing with human is called ACE or artificial conversational entity. Or we also call it chatterbot or chatterbox, or it is also called as chat robot, a bot or robot. So in general, bot is a short form of robot, right? So it is called as, also called as chat robot or talk bot. So the bot or the robot which is talking, right? So I'm sure you people must be having some idea about chatbots we discussed in our previous session also. And if you remember, we talked about CBT AI project lifecycle. Just in case if you did not see that session, I would advise you, please go ahead and see that session as well, because that will give you a good amount of picture about NLP introduction and use cases. So that will be very helpful. So I have given that video link also in the description. If you haven't seen that already, please go ahead and watch that. All right. So let us move from the introduction or what is chatbot to the next topic, which is chatbot functionality. So what all chatbot can do, as we discussed, the bot which is talking to human is called chatbot. But why do we need it? What is the use case of that? Or what is the functionality it brings to the table, right? There should be some benefit, then only there is a need of chatbot, correct? And it's widely used. So let us have the look on the functionality of the chatbot. So first thing, it answers questions. Whatever question you ask, if at all it has the answer for that in its database, it will answer you, right? The next thing, troubleshoot customer problems. If you would have noticed in many of the websites, the moment you open the website, generally on the bottom side of the website, you will see a chat symbol or may I help you kind of symbol, and the moment you'll click on that, what happens, it will give you some set of questions. The moment you'll input this is your question, it will give you some predefined answers, right? So it troubleshoot customer problems, and generally what happens is a very common questions along with their common answers are fed into the bot, and the moment someone clicks on that, it will be able to answer from those pre-fed answers. All right. So I will, after this discussion, I'll show you some demonstration of that also, so that you can relate what I'm talking about. Evaluate and qualify prospects, right? So in some kind of lead generation or business oriented websites, it also helps in evaluating and qualifying the prospects, and below two points are also interrelated. Generate sales leads, because when it evaluates, this can be a business prospect or this can be materialized. So this chatbot helps those customers and generates sales leads. So generate sales leads is another very important use case of that, and then increase sale on the e-commerce site. So on e-commerce site also, since it gives a very user friendly experience, so with the help of this e-commerce website, sales gets increased a lot, because it customer find those websites very user friendly and easy to use, and quickly get their very common questions answered. So what happens, with the help of this, since user gets very good experience and all those answers what they are looking for very quickly, so with the help of this e-commerce site, sales also gets increased. All right. So here are some examples. We discussed these examples in our session 1 also. Like Amazon Alexa, many people knows about it, right? Alexa, either people are having, or at least they must have seen some advertisement or at some friend's place somewhere. So what does it do? Alexa is just like, you ask some question and then it gives you response back. So question answer. So you get a feeling that you are talking to human, right? So similar kind, but actually what Amazon Alexa is, it is a chatbot only. Similarly, Apple Siri. If you have used any Apple product like iPhone or MacBook or iPad, anything, they have their inbuilt chatbot Siri, right? And you can converse with Siri in a very simple way. Whatever questions you ask, Siri is able to answer you many of the questions. I will not say everything it can answer or everything any chatbot can answer, but yes, because chatbot works on the predefined data. So whatever answers are already available with that, it is able to answer or respond to those questions. Or if it doesn't have answers, it will just tell you that they don't know, right? Okay Google is another example of chatbot that I'm sure many of you must be knowing. Or Google voice search. Or the last thing, if you remember, we talked about this game which is developed by Google, the mystery animal game. It is developed by Google, and I had shown you the demonstration of that also in session 1. So I would highly recommend, if you have not seen that session already, please have a look on that, and then you will be able to relate all those things, stitch all these things together and move forward. All right. So let us see the demonstration of troubleshooting customer problems using chatbot, right? The functionality what we were talking about. So I have just opened this HP website purely for demonstration purpose. Here you can see 24/7 virtual support. I'll click on this, and at the bottom you can see, one moment while it is getting ready. Now it is ready and it is telling, hello, I'm HP's automated virtual agent. All right. So just notice automated virtual agent. That means no human is sitting on that side. Rather, some automated functionality is being played by the software, by the computer program. All right. And below you can see some categories it is displaying. I can answer these questions it is telling me. That means these set of questions are already fed into this bot, right? Already fed into this program, and hence it is telling me in the predefined manner that here are the set of questions which this bot can answer. Let's say I want to check my order status. I'll just click on this, check order status or repair status. All right. So the moment I said check order status or repair status, it is giving me again a predefined kind of answer. Order status on existing customer orders continues to be regularly updated, including notifications via email upon order shipment or if your order is delayed. So it is telling me a predefined kind of answer. That means order status is already notified by email once your shipment is ready or is there any delay, anything, right? And then it is asking whether it has answered my question or we want something else. All right. So you can see it's all predefined set of question and answer. So this is how these virtual agents or chatbots are helping in troubleshooting customer problems. So this is one demonstration for one of the functionality of chatbot. Although chatbot functionality is not only limited to this, but this is one area where chatbot is greatly helping us. All right. So yeah, that's about this demonstration. And now we will go back to our slide pack and we'll continue from there. Here are some more examples of chatbots. Essentially, these all examples and links are taken from your CBSE handbook, and it is essentially for all of you to try and see the magic what all these chatbots are doing. All right, I will for this session I will just open one link and demonstrate you, and rest you can try by yourself. Okay. So here O-Metrics chatbot link, which is you can notice the last link in our video, O chatbot. So this link I have opened and you can see it is listing here lots and lots of chatbot examples. Okay, in different categories. Many examples needs your Facebook or some other login. So just see, you can try it with your parents' account with them and learn up to you. Okay, so for this session, I'll demonstrate two things from this website. Here is again the kind of customer care chatbot what we have just now seen. You can see in the bottom here, there is a kind of chat button is mentioned. The moment I clicked on that, it is giving me again some predefined set of things here. Are you trying to increase lead sales or gain user insights? The functionality is what we have discussed. Need help with your account? Then you can click any of the link here and go ahead. So these are the predefined again categories. I will click on this and let's say I'm saying I want to increase sales. Now, great, we can help. Are you looking for the tools to increase sales? So let's say I want some tool, e-commerce chatbot. I'll click on this. It will further give me some responses. So this is a beautiful example of the functionality, another example of the functionality of the chatbot. Okay. So I'll just close this now and then we'll open the chatbot what your book is recommending, Hector, let's say from here. I'll go to this. So it is an experimental learning phase and it's a baby brain. So I mean a very limited functionality is available here. So what is it telling me? I'm Hector. I love talking with new friends. Select from below or type in a question or topic. Let's say I'm saying, tell me a joke. Why did chatbot go to doctor? What answer? Let's say I say I don't know. Then because it has a virus. So this was a joke, a very simple joke what this chatbot has told me. So this is another beautiful example of the chatbot. I hope you enjoyed till here, and I'll just go back to the slide pack, but would be good if you guys will try it. Okay, just read out all the warnings or disclaimers what the website will give and then act accordingly. Okay, so yeah, so that's about chatbot examples. So till now we have covered what is chatbot, functionality of a chatbot, examples of the chatbot, and then the next topic for the chatbot is types of chatbot. All right, so chatbot, I hope by this time everyone is very comfortable with the definition, examples, demonstration, everything. All right, so now here is the types of chatbot. So that's another part of that chatbot topic. So chatbot is essentially of two types, script bot and smart bot. Right, a script bot, from name also you can understand, the bot which is already scripted. Scripted means some pre-fed questions and pre-fed answers. That's all. Or simply we can call it as a rule-based chatbot also. And the other type of chatbot is a smart bot, which is very smart in giving answers. That means it is not only working on that rule-based or scripted kind of category, rather it is very smart in fetching out a lot of data from the database, comprehend and then give the answers. Let us cover each difference one by one, and this is something which is very important from your exam point of view also. Okay, so I have captured a good amount of points here, referring the CBSE books or whatever material they are prescribing. So just make a note. I would suggest pause at this point of the video and make a note of all the types and differences of the chatbot. Okay, so script bot, as we discussed, it is scripted. So since it is scripted, it is easy to make. Some rules should be defined in the computer, and then according to those rules, some answers or some outcomes, and that's all. But when it comes to smart bot, it is comparatively difficult to make, because I'm saying a lot of data will be fed into database and a smart bot will try to find out answers from there. Right? So when it is trying to find out or fetch out answers from a huge database, definitely it's going to take some time. And it's not like it will just go in the database and get the answers. No. There should be some program or some mechanism written in the computer basis on which it will do. So it's comparatively difficult to make, right? Then the second point is script bot functioning is very limited, as they are less powerful. As we have just seen also in our demonstration, limited set of questions, limited categories and limited answer. Like in HP demonstration, if you remember, it just told me, when I said I want to check my order status, it told me I will be notified via email, whether it is dispatched or it is delayed or whatever is the case, right? A simple scripted answer I got. Whereas smart bots are flexible and powerful, right? So it is more flexible and it will be able to get better answers and respond to me. Now the next point is script bots work around a script which is programmed in them. That's what we are discussing. Whereas the smart bots work on the bigger databases and other resources directly. All right. So I hope this first, second and third point you are comfortable. Now we'll move towards the fourth point, which is script bot is mostly free and are easy to integrate with messaging platform. Right. So these messaging platform where all the messages users are giving and getting the answers. But whereas a smart bot it is learning with more data. More and more data will make smart bots more smart or smarter. Okay. Then no or little language processing skill required. Language processing is skill mostly of the machine learning kind of skills or coding skills. Whereas in a smart bot, this is a mandate. NLP, machine learning, and coding skills are required. Without those skills, one cannot make a smart bot. They can make script bot because many templates are already available. But in case of a smart bot, coding skills are required. All right. And because of its, kind of, I'll just go off camera. Just give me a minute because I just noticed you can't see below two differences. Yeah. So next point is limited functionality. As we are already discussing that a script bot is purely scripted in nature. Limited questions, limited responses. So limited functionality, right? Whereas a smart bot is capable enough to handle lots and lots of questions with variety of responses. So wide functionality it's it. And then we talk about script bots example. So example bots which are deployed in customer care section of various companies. We have seen examples. And then smart bots are Google Assistants, Alexa, Cortana, Siri. I'm sure you must be having something. One of this. One simple example is Android phone. Available in everyone's house. If not Android, then iPhone. One of these, right? So that means Google Assistant or Siri is available in your house with that phone. Go ahead, use that and see how smart those chatbots are. All right. So I hope types of chatbots and their differences are now clear to everyone. Take a pause at this point in the video. Make a note of all these differences. It will be very helpful for your exams. Okay. So let us move from here to the next topic for this session. So next topic for this session is human language. As we all know, human communication is extremely important part of our lives as a humans, and it is extremely complex, isn't it? So many things are there in one statement itself. If I take an example of just one sentence, probably the one which is written here in my slide itself, my father presented me with an expensive watch. So in this statement itself, I can see noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, everything. So many part of a sentences, and in so many ways one sentence or one word can be presented. So that itself makes human language very complex. Word can be noun at one time and verb in some other time. Okay. Rules to provide a structure to a language, right? So as just now I've talked about noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, and so on. Helping verbs, right? So there are multiple structure or multiple parts, and then there are many rules to provide a structure to the language. And in natural language, a word can have different meanings, and the meanings fit into the statement according to the context of it. Isn't it? We know it, right? So let us see this example again. Notice the word watch in this. My father presented me with an expensive watch. Here, in this statement, how watch is acting? You know it, right? Noun. Now in the next statement, please watch the presentation ceremony. So here what watch is doing? Is it noun? No, right? It is acting as verb. So the same word is playing two different roles in two different sentences. That's how human language is complex. But how would computer know that, right? It's going to be difficult for the computer. Okay, so we'll get back to that discussion. Let us move from here. I hope you are clear with these points. Okay, so let us move to the next slide. Again, talking about human language. So when we talk about human language, the statements, the sentences, it has to be perfect balance of syntax and semantics. Both are important. Now, before discussing it more, we'll talk about syntax. What is syntax? You all know, right? Refers to the grammatical structure of a sentence. Grammatically, my sentence has to be correct. If it is a past tense sentence, it should be using the past tense verbs and all those rules. If it is a present tense statement, it should be using present tense rules and so on. And then semantics refers to the meaning of the sentence. So that is also very important. I made a sentence which is grammatically perfect but doesn't carry any meaning. It's a waste, isn't it? Doesn't serve any purpose. So that is where this line indicates it has to be the perfect balance of syntax and semantics. Both are important. That means grammatically sentence has to be correct and meaning of the sentence should also make sense. Like I've taken the example from your book itself. Chickens feed extravagantly while the moon drinks tea. Grammatically, can you see any error in this? Everything is perfect, right? But semantically, or in terms of meaning of this sentence, do you understand anything? I don't. All right. So that is what the sentence, what we are forming, has to be perfect from both point of view. All right. Keep this point in your mind. Why am I discussing these things? Because these things are going to help us to understand how computer is going to understand all these and what kind of complexities we'll be facing there, right? Because the whole idea behind natural language processing discussion or of this chapter is make human language understandable to computers. That is where we are discussing all those points, right? Okay. So I hope you are comfortable with all these things, right? You understood it perfectly. So we'll move from here. One more example of human language complexity. Multiple meanings of a word. First example, we'll take a word right, R-I-G-H-T, right. I have presented 3 sentences here. You were right. Correct? So the meaning in this statement or in this sentence, the meaning of right is, that means you are correct, you were correct or you were right. Another statement, make a right turn at the light. So here that this right doesn't signify correct, rather it is signifying direction. And then the third sentence, access to clean water is a basic human right. Here the right, the meaning of right is entirely different. It is related to right on something, right? So it is talking about human right here. All right, another example, we have taken a word called drop. I hope I don't drop my books. So here drop means dropping of the book, falling down from the book, right? But in the next sentence, I enjoyed every last drop of my milkshake. So here the meaning of drop is entirely different. It's not falling. It's like the portion of the milkshake it is signifying, right? So just one word can play different roles or can symbolizes different meanings in different contexts, different sentences. So it purely depends upon the context of the sentence or statement. Okay. So we'll move from here. So now coming to computer language. What does computer understand? I hope you know, right? It understands numbers, nothing else. whatever we are typing or writing here in our computer, internally it is getting converted to numbers. That's where the magic happens. Computer always understand the the language of numbers. So that means everything which is fed to the computer has to be converted to numbers. Everything has become so automated for all of us that, yeah, I'm seeing a machine, I'm seeing a laptop, I'm seeing a desktop, I'm typing and I'm feeling computer is understanding everything, whatever I'm writing. It is understanding, but internally there are programs which are running and translating those things to numbers. And then computer is able to understand those numbers. Right? Machine communication is very basic and simple because simple numbers it has defined and decided and only understanding the language of numbers. So obviously then it becomes difficult for computer to understand human language. Okay, so we have covered all these points. All right. So here in this slide, we'll talk about the computer language. Some analogy we'll discuss here, right? So first example, you can notice different syntax, but same semantics, means same meaning. So example, what we have written is 4 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 4. Either I will write 4 plus 5, it will give me result as 9, or I will write 5 plus 4, it will give me result as 9. So in both the cases, syntax are different because interchangeably we are using the numbers, but the answer, the result, what we are getting is same, right? You can try out these kind of small things in your Python editor. I'll show you some demonstrations also after discussing this another point, which is my different semantics, same syntax. So different semantics means different meanings, but syntactically or grammatically it is same. So what happens here when in Python 2.7, as you must be knowing, the Python programming language, it is having different versions. Every programming language generally has different versions. So it starts from somewhere and new features, new things keeps on getting added into that, and then it gets newer versions and gets upgrades. So in Python 2.7, which is the older version, if you will write 7 divided by 5, what answer you will get? In general, in maths, what answer you will get? 7 divided by 5. Now, normal mathematical answer is 1.4. Correct? But when we do that in Python 2.7 version, that is the older version, 7 by 5 will only give me 1. Okay. Whereas the same thing when I will try in Python 3, it will give me the accurate answer, which is my mathematical answer, that is 1.4. All right. I have pasted here 2 Python online editors link. One is for Python 2.7 and another one is for Python 3. If you have Python installed already in your systems, you can try it out there itself. Otherwise, you can refer these links. For now, I will use both these links and show you what I was explaining here in terms of different semantics for Python 2.7 as well as for Python 3. Okay. So I've opened both the Python's editor here. So you can notice Python 2.7 is open here. And what I have done, I have just written print 7 by 5 and will say execute. So the moment I will execute, it will show me the result as 1. This is what we discussed. So the syntactically 7 by 5 is giving me semantically result as 1. So here I have opened Python 3.6 editor. You can notice here and I have written print 7 by 5. I will say execute and you can notice the result is 1.4. So more accurate result. But yes, meaningfully, both the Python versions are giving me different results. That is what was meant by different semantics, Same syntax there. All right. So I'll go back to slide. So I hope from demonstration, these two differences are very clear. Different semantics, same syntax. How different version of Python are behaving for this simple 7 by 5 thing. All right. So from here, we'll move towards the next slide. So here what we are talking about, computers can understand human language if it is converted to numbers. So this is what we were discussing till now, right? Human language is very complex for computer to understand. So for computer, human language has to be converted to numbers, then only computer can understand human language, right? So in my subsequent session, I will be discussing data processing in detail and the idea of data processing to convert human language into numbers so that computers can understand that. So I will be talking about variety of steps which are covered in data processing, that is corpus, text normalization, bag of words, and many more, which all are there. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you are always updated and notified with the new session, because that next session is very, very important. So in today's session, what all we have covered? We have covered the chatbot explanation along with the examples, functionality and types and differences of the chatbot. That was followed by human language and computer language. All right. Thank you everyone for watching this session. And if you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you are always updated with the new upcoming sessions. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified, and share this video and my other videos with your friends and many more so that everyone is benefited. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.